Hello, everybody. What's going on?
On Saturday, the triumphant return of Caitlin Clark, and she did not miss a beat as Indiana.
Caitlin Clark in all white today.
New York. Tonight, the Fever welcome in the Connecticut Sun.
What's up, Vadim?
Title hopes on the line. Indiana Fever basketball
Charlie
is brought to you by CareSource. And we welcome you inside Gainbridge Fieldhouse alongside Debbie Antonelli. I'm Pat Boylan. It was a long, at times frustrating 3 weeks with Caitlin Clark on the bench, Debbie, but she made her return, and she was brilliant in that first game back against New York.
Brilliant is one word. Explosive, exciting, delivered on every measure. Incredible performance by the second-year player. Last year's Rookie of the Year, first team All-WNBA, leads the league in assists. 32 points, 7 triples, and
what's going on?
Record for the Fever.
I think Rob's working tonight.
Easier for her teammates.
And here's a look at what she did on Saturday. Just 2 rebounds and an assist, shy of a triple-double. Matched her career high with 7 3-pointers. The 32 points were the second most that she...
I saw they were favored by 18.5.
Let's take a look at our starting lineups presented by your Central Midwest Carpenters. And for the Indiana Fever, that standard starting 5 with Caitlin Clark back in the lineup and Lexi Hull inserted in the starting 5. Hull will start her 8th game in game number 11 of the regular season. This is a Connecticut team that beat Indiana back on May 30th. And our Fever, they enter the night with a chance to claim the East Crown in the WNBA's Commissioner's Cup. They need a win. And for New York to beat Atlanta at home, we'll be keeping tabs on that throughout the night as the Fever hope to play for the Commissioner's Cup Championship for the first time in franchise history. Of course, need a win against Connecticut. Here to do that tonight. We have Boston and Olivia Nelson-Ododa in the center jump circle, and we are underway from Indianapolis, the second matchup on the season between these two teams. Connecticut got the better of Indiana, a 2-point win in this building on May 30th. No Caitlin Clark in that game. And it was Connecticut's first of 2 wins of the season. Here is the legend, Tina Charles, backing her way in. Hook shot won't go. Boston comes down with the rebound.
A couple of things that Indiana wants to do, and that is play with pace. They're better when they're playing up-tempo. And that's not just the 94 feet. That's their cadence in the quarter court as well.
Here is Clark from the mid-range. Shot too strong. So that was out of bounds off Charles' last. It'll stay here with Indiana. The Fever have had Caitlin Clark available. They've had the fastest pace in the WNBA, and that's where their coach Stephanie White wants Indiana to be. They were playing the slowest pace when they didn't have her. A completely different team with 22 on the floor. That time, Indiana turns it over. Clark thought she was fouled.
Look how quickly you got to match up with Mabry. She can fire in transition as well.
Coming off a 26-point performance with these two teams last matched up. Connecticut fell in Chicago in their last game on Sunday. That was a 12-point loss to the Sky. As Hartley steps back and misses, Connecticut has opened up 0 for 3.
Indiana doing a good job in the first couple of defenses.
Clark thought she got fouled because she probably did.
Staying with their assignment. Getting skinny over screens, not going with a switch.
What's going on?
Defensively.
Yeah, you didn't think that was an overstatement by Mick? I'll do anything on a thumbnail.
Debbie's keys presented by Lexus Here.
Here you go, Pat. You got to cut with purpose. Scoring cuts, basket cuts, dribble with a purpose. It helps and affects spacing. And then you got to know what the schemes are. And right now, Stephanie White's team did a really good job. Locked in top at shoot-around this morning and did a really good job the first couple possessions defensively, forcing tough shots.
This has been an area of concern, a challenge in the early season for the Fever. The free throw line, good to see Natasha Howard knock down a pair. The Fever entered tonight the league's worst free throw shooting team is 69%. They're good shooters. You can only imagine that is on its way back to normalcy here soon. Charles feeding inside. Nelson Ododa catches and finishes.
That's just a size advantage at 6'5". Nelson Ododa getting smaller defender in Lexi Hull.
That is the quarter pole of the WNBA season. Game number 11 of a 44-game year. First time We're playing 44 games in WNBA history. There is Rasheed Bezion, head coach in his first year of the Connecticut Sun.
I had a chance to go in the locker room and have a conversation with Coach Bezion. He is a hard-working guy. He wants his team to play with better pace. And for when you're running into the end and you can't turn it over, you got to be on the glass. You can't let them play in transition. So we'll be making efforts that way defensively tonight.
A rare miss at the rim for Aaliyah Boston, the league's top field goal percentage shooter in the WNBA. But as Boston comes up with the steal, and they'll find out. This Indiana defense comes into tonight's second in the WNBA, although they lose Sheldon there.
Sheldon does a good job of back-cutting Caitlin Clark defensively.
Runs into traffic and gets the foul call. Nelson Agoda is tagged with her second here in the first 2+ minutes, so she will head to the bench. Haley Peters is in as Mitchell attacking kick out and home. This is on a 3-ball. It's a franchise record 17 of them on Saturday. Here's Boston with tons of space working on Charles and gets it to go.
Aaliyah Boston is so tough in the one-on-one. She really demands a double, but her deep catch and her work without the ball allows her to quickly score inside.
There's Peters on the backdoor cut, finds Bakery too strong. They'll try to push the pace here. Mitchell back for home, little 2-man game, and Hull sinks the triple.
Hall for 3.
It's a shallow punch by Lexi Hall to get back out to the deep corner quickly so Kelsey Mitchell can find her.
She'll knock down 3 threes, a season high against New York on Saturday. She has her first here tonight.
This is the shallow cut I'm talking about. Watch how she gets just a short piece of the paint, and then Kelsey Mitchell with a throwback pass. Back-to-back corner threes for Lexi Hall. She's shooting better than 55% from the three-point line. She's not going to miss many.
That is second in the WNBA, and that is where she finished a year ago as well. As Tina Charles knocks down the first free throw. Charles had 18 points in that Connecticut upset win here. Final game of May. 36, she is still quite effective. Charles, 17 points per game coming into tonight. Mitchell got it poked away. Clark launches and
For 3.
Stacey Sheldon in her 4 years at Ohio State has nightmares when she's thinking about going against Clark. Those two battles for 4 years in the Big Ten.
Well, one of the better defenders, but that 3-point shot is near unguardable.
Offense always can make the defense wrong. And good offense beats good defense in this league.
Hand checking's illegal,
These two know each other very well.
but they're allowing it.
Matched up plenty in the WNBA as well. Here's
Oh, come on.
short at the rim.
Jesus.
Characteristic distance for Boston, who's just been automatic at the rim here this season.
Just confusion on the scheme in the middle. Ball screen. Stephanie White could run middle ball screen all game with shooters in the corner. They would be tough to guard. But you got to make sure you get other people involved. That's why they don't always go to that. The kick was excellent in that early drive.
And Charles gets the roll over the front of the rim. And Charles has 4.
Stacey Sheldon really trying to be disruptive and physical with Clark. You got to use up all your fouls in that matchup.
There's the first.
Well, hand checking's illegal.
Who was the 5th pick.
They don't seem to be.
Where Clark went number 1.
I'm sure we'll see some Sanaya Rivers on that matchup as well.
Mitchell cutting inside and finishing. What's the take there from Kelsey Mitchell? She's got her first 2.
Nice drive.
All 5 favor scores.
Pat, with Kelsey's decisive with where she's going off the bounce, we're not going to be able to get in front of her. She's too quick.
Peters feeds inside. Montana goes for Tina Charles.
Get 2 feet for Paige, 2 points for Tina Charles.
Just whips it inside. Now trying to use her length. Push shot won't fall, but she draws the foul.
You want J.C. Sheldon hate? I'm just saying that they get. If Caitlin Clark did that to other people, with hand checking, she could call for a foul. They finally called it.
It's one of the things that Caitlin did in the 5 games that she was out, is she had that paper and she was working on sequencing offensively. Like, how many offensive possessions in a row did they score? How many did they not? And that would be the conversation she would have with Stephanie White. And then Coach White would ask her, well, what
And Clark's sitting down after 5 minutes.
Where does the ball need to go? I think that's the next level stuff, because Caitlin sees the second level and the third level so well. Now that's the next part of her game.
Yeah, I think so too.
Sasha Howard, 4 of 4 from the free throw line here in the first quarter. Early rest for Caitlin Clark. Knocked down that 3, has 1 assist. Aaliyah Boston head to the bench as well. And Colson in, so Stephanie White going smaller here. Avery's got Colson pinned and knocks it down.
Avery, so tough. One of the toughest competitors in the league.
An offensive foul called on Sophie Cunningham. Caitlin Clark, her first look from the 3-point line. She's picking up right where she left off on Saturday. Indiana leads by 4 in the first.
Are the retirement rumors true? What's next?
Mustard scissors hand.
There you go, King.
So what's going on, you guys? I can believe it.
LeBron, what's next?
Whatever it is, it's gonna be a big deal.
Those eyes, that nose, your hair, your Nana's smile, Granddad's.
All right, where's everybody today?
Dad's ear for music, and your mom's work ethic. We all inherit things from our families.
Vadim shows up an hour and 15 minutes early. Look at that. That's dedication.
Wants to help. So we created a down payment
Ah.
assistance for first-generation home buyers. Visit progressive.com/.
Biggest game of Caitlin Clark's career
The following footage contains dumb
against 2-18.
scoring dominance. The food set dominance. And dominance so dominant, the Oxford English Dictionary should update the definition of dominance
It should
to
turn down.
Mitchell Wilson. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome to the W.
All right. Rob said he did watch the game.
Was on Saturday for Caitlin Clark. 32.7 threes, and the reigning rookie of the year did not skip a beat in her return. A return she's never had to make before, because Caitlin's never been in this position. She had never missed a game in her entire college career, as well as her rookie season. She said before the game it almost felt like a season opener in a way. And also Stephanie White jokingly after the game said, "Don't we just always expect that type of game from Caitlin now?" She said she knew her adrenaline was going to be high from the start. She had been itching to get back on the court. Did she think Caitlin was going to drop 25 in the first half? No, but she said she carried this team in the first half, and the rest in the second half. But really, though, she was impressed with her decision making and the way she gets everyone involved. She said that is what she does best.
She hit some shots, Debbie, that even in the Caitlin Clark tier were a little hard.
You know what? When she comes across midcourt, you just got to be ready. And that stretches to defense so much because the posts run the floor so hard. Just really creates a lot of opportunity.
A lot of contact here behind the play as Mitchell and Sanaya Rivers got tangled up. This is 4-on-4 here. Cunningham launches. We're 3-ball too strong. Last time Cunningham was here against Connecticut when she got hurt. Turned that ankle, missed 3 games. Here's Mitchell and Rivers tangled up beneath the basket.
You know, I actually like that there's no whistle on that play. And there was good sportsmanship. Sanaya Rivers picking up Kelsey Mitchell.
Avery from way outside. She is a deep range shooter. Coming off a 22-point game in their loss to Chicago. Lost the handle. Single over to the rescue. Ball up the drive. Ball gets to the rim. Shot too strong. But that won't go. And a couple looks at it there. Lindsay Allen playing her first minutes tonight. Says Charles, one dribble and a fish.
Charles, with the small lineup on the floor, has an advantage.
And Mitchell beats everyone back in on a big bucket. Kelsey Mitchell. Connecticut Bay.
Let's go right back to Charles to see if they do. This is a small feeder lineup on the floor.
Speed inside, Haley Peters for the left hand.
Yeah, late on the weak side, that low person on the eye's got to be there to take that charge or to deter that lob pass inside. It's a nice roll, though, by Peters.
Connecticut coming into tonight last offensively. They opened up 50% from the floor. Trapped in the corner. Got it to Howard.
Jesus.
Back inside, everything working for Charles here so far. She will get the whistle.
Stretches where Stephanie White, because of the versatility, the talent on the Fever, can change up the lineups once in a while. You go with the smaller lineup, you want to play even faster defensively. You might change your schemes a little bit. Maybe you switch on everything because you have the same size players on the court.
That's a good point, Vadim. I don't think they. Yeah. Why is Bonner not in?
Individual and family health insurance. At CareSource, they're removing barriers. They're improving lives. They're reimagining health insurance.
I think Clark is not in full shape after missing all those games and had the injury, so she's getting her more frequent rests. But she's been out only 2 minutes and 15 seconds of playing time because it was like 5 minutes. So she's already back in.
Working on the rookie, talked off the drive, and shot too strong. There's Howard to clean up.
Working off the ball, comes off the stagger, and Sanaya Rivers does a good job defensively contesting. Good rebound on the weak side, though, by Tasha Howard. Excuse me, by Tasha Howard.
That time Howard is called for the foul. It's her second.
Connecticut right now trying to put Caitlin Clark defensively in as much action as they can.
Is Bonner healthy? Because she hasn't put Bonner in yet.
Really good communication.
Teams in the penalty is Avery from deep can't connect. Still looking for their first three-pointer of the game. Indiana's hit a couple. Marquez one of the two. Stuck through a double team. Austin extra pass. Howard hands. And Howard lays it in.
That's Caitlin handling the double. Aaliyah Boston immediately getting into her vision and then being unselfish to make that extra pass.
So you get for double teaming Caitlin Clark. She can figure it out now.
Here's Rivers who pops free. And can't connect on the three. She hit 3 of those her last visit here. Rivers is an impressive looking rookie out of NC State, but Wilson on the other end finishes, and it's a 6-0 run for Indiana.
Nice pass. Was that Clark that passed, or was that someone else? Oh, it was Clark, yeah. Awesome pass.
Boston on the other end finishes, and it's a 6-0 run for Indiana.
I was looking up court and I didn't see Clark, if Clark had passed it or not. It's a freaking great pass.
This is the trap right here. And then watch the cut through here, down here, and then Boston's going to roll this area right here. It's so well done. Okay? The lift, and you're going 2-on-1 on the backside. Howard and Hall against Anaya Rivers. Holding
The standings we're heading into today. So the Fever, Dream, and Liberty are all tied. Fever win with them at 4-1. If Liberty win with them at 4-1, and the Fever would advance on the tiebreak. Right now, New York is up 21-20. They're at home against the Dream. So Indiana has to win. New York has to win. And if that happens, Indiana will represent the Eastern Conference for the first time in franchise history in the Commissioner's Cup with $500,000 on the line. They will take on either Minnesota or Seattle, depending on how those results go tonight.
There's a lot of things that can motivate you as a player, but I think $500,000 would motivate me. And I'm sure that they have thought about it and they've talked about it, but what you got to do is keep your focus on the next play. You can't be thinking too far ahead, but that game would be played on July 1.
The point guard.
And most likely, depending on the score and the outcome here, and the outcome in other places, we'll see how Minnesota does. Got a feeling the game's going to be there.
If Minnesota wins tonight, they will win the West. Charles driving, couldn't believe she didn't get the foul call. Indiana trying to take advantage of an incredulous Charles. Not just that pass.
Yeah, Boston was posting so hard. She was occupying help.
What the heck was that?
Pass to the feint and then thrown back to the strong side.
No, it's for the whole team.
Really put a number on.
Not 500 per person.
How hard on the Boston post off the ball. I mean, she works tirelessly and doesn't always get rewarded with the ball in her hands, but it still affects spacing and affects the outcome of each individual play, and then overall the wear down effect as the game goes on.
Marina Mabry to the line. She knocks down the first. But Boston has certainly welcomed Caitlin Clark and her return. Boston taking 5 more shots per game with the Fever had Clark in the lineup. Synergy really picked up right around this time last year. They have entered a 3-year completely on the same wavelength with Clark has been healthy. Boston triple teamed underneath, lost the handle, and jump ball is the goal.
Well, that's a lot of money.
Haley Peters at 6'3", and Leah Boston at 6'5" here for the jump ball. Boston taps it ahead to Dawson.
It's $41,000 a person. If that person's only making $66,000,
Gets by Charles.
it's 2/3 of their salary.
Connect on the three. Pretty fine there from Colson. Boston pulled down the rebound, but there was a foul on Indiana. I'll say Boston maybe stepped on the baseline down there.
It's true, Vadim. That's part of the problem. Is Boston's a good passer, but
Final 10 seconds here of the first quarter.
is Bonner not playing today?
5-4.
Is she still out?
It's an off-balance, difficult look, and it's knocked down by Jalen Brown, who started her season in Indiana. Wilson can't hit the other way. Was in camp with the Fever. The final cuts. She knocks down the final shot against her former team here in the first quarter. The Fever led by as many as 6 in the first. This young upstart Connecticut Sun team has pulled back within 1. WNBA basketball here from Indianapolis tonight on WALB. Welcome to this year's championship game. This is the big one.
With Amex Gold, You can score 4 times points on restaurants around the world. So you can raise the bar on game night.
What's that looking up?
Of American Express.
You know, life would be easier if I could do everything from the logo.
Allow me to assist.
Pickles. It works! Buckets. Now that's a tomato. Sheboygan.
Mitch.
P-E-Z-O-L.
Bottom row?
From the logo. State Farm with the assist.
Basketball is more than a game. It's a connection to each other,
Oh,
to ourselves,
what was that looking up?
to what fuels us. A connection to our minds and the habits that bring us clarity and balance. A connection to our bodies and the choices that empower us. And a connection to our community. And a shot to be part of something.
Divine Bonner is out. Yeah.
Strengthen your body and mind and enhance your overall well-being. Get connected at NBA.com/total health.
Life would be easier if I could do everything from the logo.
Allow me to assist.
They just showed you this commercial. Why would they?
Now that's a tomato. Sheboygan.
State Farm with the assist.
I am Polestar 3. I am pure electric performance. From the straightaways to the hairpin turns, I am designed to be driven. The drive of tomorrow. I am Polestar 3.
Spread's 15.5.
Now through June 30th.
I saw it at 18 before. People must have been betting on the Connecticut.
For a pair of victories here over the next few days, Indiana Fever leading the Connecticut Sun 24-23, Game 6 in the NBA Finals for here at Beaver Fieldhouse on Thursday. Here's our Central Indiana Ford Dealers first quarter summary. Indiana doing a great job on the glass here in the first quarter. In fact, Natasha Howard has 6 rebounds. She's now rebounded the Sun all by herself. Natasha with 10 points and 6 rebounds in that first quarter. There's Clark receives the double team, feeds inside. Boston couldn't finish. Had a few good looks, just frustrating.
How many great passes that she made into the post? Oh, that's a travel, but that's called a Euro step, but that's a travel.
Working on Sheldon into another double team. Here is Dantes who hits the deck. We'll have another jump ball.
Both J.C. Sheldon and Caitlin Clark are talking to the official. They're both coming out and saying, hey, oh, there's a little extra right there. And Marina steps in to push J.C. I mean, there's a little jump going on right here. Look, there's a push, there's a shove. JC's got her hands on her, Caitlin's pushing off. So those two have been at it for years. It's going to be decades pretty soon.
So Dantes and Hayden Peters in the seventh.
And the officials just let it go, like clean it up, right? Caitlin got a technical in the last game. She got to be careful.
Yeah, I like that they let that go. You're going to call that. I think you're going to have to call 5 to 6 technicals a game. Dantes tries to tip it ahead to Boston, just like Boston did for her, but that one a little too strong.
I hope Clark goes off on Sheldon because Sheldon's being just trying to annoy her.
Balance inside for Peters, who shuffled a fifth as well for travel.
Those ball screens, grabs, action in the middle third between the slots. So hard to defend because the offensive players in this league are so skilled.
Oh, woke black man. I thought I got rid of you.
Including Mabry making that read.
the shot clock at 10.
Well, there's a switch that Mitchell's going to like.
Mitchell tries to take advantage, runs into a wall, leads in off balance, and makes it home.
You can see that lining up. Up in her eyes were as big as saucers when she saw that switch.
Mitchell with 6 points tonight. She had that 10-point fourth quarter to help Indiana pull away from New York.
Watch Mitchell right here. She's just sizing up Nelson Madonna at 6'5". Then she gets a switch on Brown. Gets back to that left hand. Nelson Mitchell uses the glass so well around the rim. You know, the 5-foot, 6-foot shots around the basket. I don't know why more players don't use the rim. Use the backboard instead of just trying to make it a swish. If you're going to expect contact.
Kind of felt like a lost art, but not for Mitchell. Not for Clark either. The two guards who will use that glass. Nelson Agoda knocks down the pair. She's a 77% free throw shooter. Connecticut continues to hang here with Indiana. This has been a nice performance here for the Suns so far. Howard to double figures, hand off Clark, double team back inside. And Brown knocked that one away, comes up with a turnover. Peters might have gotten away with the travel. Boston knocks that one out of bounds.
Mitchell making the post entry. And then screening for Caitlin Clark, and then there's the double team. Below the free throw line, it looks like they're trying to trap Caitlin Clark.
They've been trying to shake free. All sticks right with her. Peters corner three. That's too strong. The kids opened up just 1 of 6 from the three-point line. The Fever defend the three-point line as well as anybody in the WNBA. Opponents shoot just 27%. There's Boston for 2.
The last 5 games, Aaliyah Boston has 38 assists and 11 turnovers. That is outstanding decision making. You see her IQ continuing to grow. That's a good choice right there to take that window.
Faber can't connect on the 3. Thompson's 4 assists are a career high for assists per game. Some guard-like numbers coming from the center with some miscommunication there between Howard and Clark.
It's the best number of any passive big in the league.
Peter steps into a 3. That one will fall. Nelson to go to the offensive rebound. Just shuts Howard down. That was going to be an offensive foul. This wasn't coming in the direction. Mitchell turns the corner. Draws the foul. They count that for St. Joe. With the ball in the corner.
One of the things Coach Messier talked to me about before the game was showing more toughness. He didn't just mean physically, he meant mentally as well. This example right here, they have stepped up their physicality on the defensive end at this point in the game.
Let's go back down on our sidelines with Kelsey Casper.
Well, guys, it was chippy the last time these two teams faced off, too. Sophie Cunningham suffered her ankle injury in that game. But in addition to that, she actually had part of her front tooth knocked out. She made contact with Jason
Clark for 3.
She took it during the game, and then it really crashed. When she took a bite out of it after, she got to fix so a few days later, but she's in great spirits about it. Made some funny videos on her social media, but she definitely took some teasing from her teammates as well.
Thank you, and that was also a game where Sydney Colson went down in the first quarter. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark gets her second 3 of the night.
You know, we've been measuring the distance of her threes. I think we should measure the length of some of the defenders that are on her because look at how she even sees the basket sometimes. That's amazing.
Heaven forbid if they actually set a screen or a pick for Caitlin Clark to get a shot open.
Mitchell knocks it away from behind, right into the hands of the waiting Rivers. Howard going to go up for a foul on the entry pass into Easter. So it's the 3rd on Howard. She's played really well here. 10 points, 7 rebounds. Howard played just 14 minutes on Saturday. That was a season low. And Rose provided 71 to lift here.
Zoned by the Fever. Stephanie White's been known on out of bounds in certain situations to switch up their D for 1 or 2 possessions.
Clark, bounce pass, Boston a dribble. You got Cunningham, it slowly makes its way there. Cunningham tries and keeps it short. They got the note from behind. Charles with the block. Connecticut shakes free of Connecticut's. Leader lead by 2 here in the second.
Love that baby.
Kaylin's mouthing with the ref there. She's whining.
I was thinking 51 to each of you.
But
I got AT&T's bundle of 3. iPhone 16 Pro with Apple.
Sophie isn't getting more playing time. Well, she hasn't done that much, has she?
New and existing customers get their iPhone Pro on us without double trade-in. Plus iPad and Apple Watch SE for 99 cents per month each and save to $1,700.
Yeah, but I already had this.
With new mix and roll mashup plus dipped strawberry cheesecake, the new DQ Summer Blizzard menu calls for a
Trade proposal.
deal. Try the new DQ Summer Blizzard menu because nothing says summer like baseball and Blizzard treats.
A history of winning started with the 65 favorites, losing steam, losing sweat. The solution? A drink that hydrates better than water. It changed the game forever.
Naturally, we called our stuff Gatorade.
Yeah, Clark has 2 turnovers, 3 assists, plus 8. So they were -6 when she was out.
Lesson number 3. They won't feel your fit out there until you feel it in here.
Looking like a snack. Why need it cheesy?
When allergies throw a sucker punch, the power of Claritin D punches back harder. Get fast, powerful relief.
Sophie Cunningham's only played 3 minutes.
Claritin clears.
I thought she was in earlier. She only played 3 minutes. You sure that's right?
You know, reminds me of my favorite band from back in the day, bro. Yeah. Used to dominate the
Yeah.
scored his will. And that dog. Lisa, the dominant Leslie. I was just talking about you. Come on, Lisa, you got next. You're going to sell the next. She's here.
All DraftKings customers score more on NBA playoff bets with a new profit boost every single game. The crown is yours.
Been working on my free throws.
Indiana Fever basketball is presented by.
I predicted, what did I predict? 455, 38, 38. I think I predicted 38% for her this year in threes.
Out of downtown Indianapolis here, where we've had a tight one. Here's a look back at Caitlin Clark. Now, a reminder here, Debbie, the three-point line is 22 feet.
This is ridiculous. Come on, look at the 30s. 33 feet. That was her first one. Which logo are you talking about? She averaged 28.1 feet and 7 triples. And keep in mind, the Fever had 17 as a team.
Wow.
What a bounce pass into a cutting Dantes.
Great pass.
You think about a 33-foot three-point shot. It's 11 feet beyond the arc.
Is it a shot or is it a launch?
It's a launch. Hardly you can't connect, but Charles, good position underneath.
There's no question she is changing the game. Every little girl in their driveway is launching triples. I'm just going to say, make sure you learn the fundamentals, too. Don't just be fired away from downtown.
Well, something that Steph Curry talked about before.
Are you talking to me, Charlie? What's the cool thing that you were working on?
30, 35 feet. But they're so great in part because they mastered the fundamentals.
Yes. So, some call it the Clark effect. I call it Clarkonomics. Greatest disruption in the history of our game. But what people don't talk about enough is how hard you have to work to be able to be that good. All the hours that she spent perfecting her craft.
Retreating.
Clark for 3.
Clark with 7 threes on Saturday is 3 for 3 from out there tonight.
Just get warmed up.
She was itching to get back on the floor. Wells has the side advantage, flips it up.
see you on the other end.
Interesting, they called the technical foul on Isidoro, who was arguing a call that went against Indiana. So Clark will shoot the free throw, and that'll give Clark 10 points to go along with it for assists.
Wait, why would Nisamuro argue against a call that went against Indiana? That makes no sense.
Here is Charles, who's been terrific in the first half. Goal points, she's now 5 of 5 from the line. Second all-time.
Yes, it's a ranking website for sports and entertainment. It'd take me a while to explain it to you. I just got an estimate on programming it. It's related to ultimaterankings.com, that website I have. I figured out I could program it with AI and add content with AI. That was a selfless play.
Steals on back-to-back possessions. Indiana trying to break this one open on the shoulders of Caitlin Clark. Bounces. Clark. Corner cutting in, and first we have a whistle.
They're always trying to get numbers. Right here, the pick, and you got a 2-on-1. She looks like she's pulling up and then drops the dime.
God, that was a great pass.
10 points and 5 assists.
Hey, Rob.
She has now scored or assisted on
What's up?
18 points.
Why aren't you here? You want to come in? Want me to give you a link?
And your handling your fundamentals have to be good, so it doesn't matter. You're not worried about turning the ball over. The second level is the screener's defender. Then you got the third level. Taylor sees it all. She sees all 9 players.
Look in for Dantes. Mitchell battling inside. Offensive rebound. And the putback for Mitchell. She's got 10. And a timeout by Connecticut.
I turned my head. I missed Mitchell's basket. All right, nice rebound.
And the putback for Mitchell. She's got 10.
Nothing feels as good as a great place to work. UKG has the technology and insights to make it all happen.
We asked people who said they've had Domino's stuffed crust pizza before to compare it to our new stuffed crust.
That's better than the one they have already.
Only Domino's has never had stuffed crust before.
Are you serious?
Until now. Introducing Domino's new and first ever stuffed crust pizza. Try one for the first time tonight.
This is phenomenal.
People are good. For laughs, for snorts, for cries, and goodbyes. People are good for doing nothing or getting up to something. People are good. For you, Jim Beam. Best enjoyed together.
Lesson number 23. You know you go different when they have a shoe out there.
Ooh, these are fire. Now let's have the whole ball.
You got that much cheddar?
I'm made with cheddar. Why need it cheesy?
If you're living with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis or active psoriatic arthritis, symptoms can sometimes hold you back. But now, there's Skyrizi, so you can be all in with clear skin. With Skyrizi,
All right.
you can
What's
show
for dinner, Rob?
clear skin.
What are you making us?
Psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi can help you move with less joint pain, stiffness.
How about a team buffet?
Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year.
I had a really good dinner. I had The last 2 nights, I had mango salsa salmon over brown rice and steamed broccoli, and homemade mint chocolate chip ice cream.
There's nothing like clearer skin and better movement. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyreason. Learn how happy could help you save.
Wolf Black Man. Didn't I ban you already once? How did you come back?
Truckloads of traditionals, boatloads of boneless, truckloads of both because it's all you can eat, and I don't have to stop.
Wolf Black Man, you got to have productive comments. I'm going to ban you again.
Stephanie White's staff. He's in charge of the practice guys. Emerson, Eddie, Rob, Noah, Jonah, Ryan, Pat, and JT. I watched them in shoot around today. They were as locked in as the players. So I said to Keith, what's the name of these guys? What do you call them? He said, we don't have a name yet. Let's throw it out there and see if we come up with one. So if you're out there, go to Ryan, Pat, and JT. I watched them in shoot around today. They were as locked in as the players. So I said to Keith, what's the name of these guys? What do you call them? He said, we don't have a name yet. Let's throw it out there and see if we come up with one. So if you're out there, I think you got a name for each.
I cooked it myself.
Send it to the Indiana Fever.
I cooked the salmon in the air fryer. The mango salsa I made from Chi-Chi's thick and chunky medium mixed with the mangoes. Put in paprika, salt, pepper, and lemon pepper. I put the mango salsa over the top of the rice and the salmon, cooked in an air fryer. Steamed broccoli in the microwave. A little salt, pepper, and ginger in my broccoli. Yes, Clark. Yeah, you have to undercook it. Salmon and tuna steak. Tuna steak you should cook medium rare. Salmon you should cook around medium, believe it or not. All the other fish are supposed to be cooked all the way through. Oh. They need to run more. Up by 10. For what? You cook your salmon raw? Clark's cooking. No, all my fish I cook as little as possible because I don't want it dry, but tuna steak is actually supposed to be cooked barely, medium rare. It dries out very easily. And chefs say salmon, you can undercook salmon, and it's supposed to be better. So I cook that around medium-ish. So it's pink in the middle, and not translucent. So the other fishes I cook all the way through. Fell asleep. Why, damn, Mark? How's that my fault?
If you've been hurt at work, go to IndianaWorkers.com for a free consultation. IndianaWorkers.com. We go to work when you can.
She's in the lane before the shot took off.
Back to the small lineup for the Fever.
Mitchell fire away.
Mitchell one-on-one basketball again.
fast.
I didn't like that shot by Mitchell or the play. She never got all. She just dribbled up herself, dribbled, shot. Didn't even get involved in anyone else.
She's yet to knock down a three, and then a turnover. A moving screen on Indiana. It's on Clark first.
Moving screen on Clark. Yeah, she put her hip into her. That was a foul. I don't have a problem with that call.
Brown whips it into the corner. Sheldon is open. Can't cash in on the three. Peters had it knocked away, and a loose ball foul on Indiana. It's the Beavers' fifth, so that'll put the Beaver into the penalty. Connecticut will shoot free throws.
Haley Peters, another one of those really good stories in the WNBA. Played for the Dream in 2019. Works her way back overseas, back to a roster here. And she's a really good passer and a really nice foot forward, if you will, for Connecticut.
I don't know how they miss him either,
Great stories. Peters, as you noted,
but they're good at it.
between playing. She Messiana, another one of the nice stories. Coach of the Belgian national team led them to a fourth place finish in the 2024 Paris Olympics. Saw Maria Hartley there. The Beaver fans who have been with this franchise for a while probably remember her story. Came here in 2022 and was traded mid-season and tore ACL. Was the last she had played before this year. Cunningham was called for the offensive foul.
And she just flat out ripped over J.C. Sheldon. Yeah, that's a foul.
Beaver had this lead up to 12. Connecticut's cut it down to 8. That's the final possession if they wanted here in the second quarter. Avery's been playing. She's 1 of 6 from the floor. Avery had it deflected across high into the air. Brown pulls it down, forces up a tough shot. Got a jump ball with less than a second to play. The jump ball will just take us into halftime here.
It's hard to win in this league, Matt, and you watch.
How's Lexi doing? Well, she's playing good defense, but she's only scored 5 points. Only took 3 shots, though.
That will take us into halftime where the Indiana Fever never trail. They lead by as many as 12. 12 points for Caitlin Clark, 12 points for Kelsey Mitchell. That backcourt has been really good. Fever lead by 8 as we check in with Kelsey Casper. She has a Caitlin Clark.
Steals in that second quarter that led to a huge run. How did you feel like the defensive energy picked up in the final 4 minutes?
I think it was good, but it still had some lapses. I think if we took better shots on offense, we wouldn't give up easy layups on the other end that kind of killed our run. So I think we can be better overall. 39 points is a lot of points, so get better than that.
On offense, you had some early turnovers, but you seem to settle in. What other adjustments do you still need to make on that side of the ball?
I think they're really hoping in on our roller, so I look for the skip overs. You know, guards that go behind for open threes, that's what they're giving us. So we'll make the adjustment and get over adjustment time. All right, thanks, Mike. Thanks.
12 points, 5 assists, 3 3-pointers in the first half for Caitlin Clark. Beaver looking to get back over 500 for the first time since
AFK for a bit.
Clark got hurt. Beaver's below 500, and she's trying to lift it back up as Indiana leads by 8 here at halftime.
You guys are all asleep? What's going on? Mr. Terrible and Brett got here just a couple minutes ago. Mr. Terrible's here. What's happening? They're up by 8. Bonner's still injured. She's not playing. The 10 p.m. start on Thursday. I'm going to have to take a nap before that game. I don't usually stay up till midnight.
Lesson number 3. They won't throw your fit out there until you feel it in here.
All right. Oh, is that what she said? That was Kelsey Mitchell, right? Yeah, it was a bad shot. She just dribbled down. Don't let us touch it. She just forced up a shot. There was only one offensive player underneath the basket, and there was like 3 defenders.
TV has your favorite sports on live TV in one app. So you can easily watch the game show. Jason, you still here? Sorry, Rick. Let's go.
The DQ Soft and Tossed Chicken Strip Basket comes in your choice of honey barbecue or new buffalo. Layered with flavor at the top, bottom, everywhere in between. Delicious from every angle. That's the Soft and Tossed Chicken Strip Basket. Get yours now only at DQ.
Crispy chicken. It's crispy chicken. It's from the taco place. The taco place? Taco place. Comes in a burrito too. From your taco place, it's also a chicken place. There's also a taco place.
I am All-Star 3. Your pure 100 performance. From the straightaways to the hairpin turns.
According to Gamecast, Bonner is out. She's injured. Or personal reasons still?
This is what you can buy for $10 at KFC $10 Tuesdays. And this is what you can buy for $10 at a coffee shop.
This is coffee. I know. It was expensive.
Get more bang for your bucket at KFC. 8 pieces of original recipe fried chicken or 8 tenders. Swing Commissioners Cup game on Tuesday night in downtown Indianapolis for the Fever. Wake the sun buying game at halftime. Well, the Fever have wanted to get Sophie Cunningham to Indiana for a few years now, but it wasn't until this year.
Didn't they say they needed New York to beat Atlanta Dream today? So what's the score over there? Liberty's beating the Dream by 3 at halftime. No, Dream's beating the Liberty by 3. I'm sorry. Uh-oh.
But you know, this offseason, the opportunity presented itself, and I just felt like in my gut that it is the right time to move. Once Indiana was like, "Hey, this is what we're trying to do. This is our, this is what we're presenting to you," I was like, I would be absolutely dumb not to come here. And so I'm so happy that I got blessed with this opportunity.
Yeah.
I'm fierce. You know, I'm a competitor. I'm feisty sometimes, but I also think that I do still smile and laugh and enjoy the game. And so I think whatever the team needs, I kind of pick up on that vibe where if I need to dial in and focus, I can do that, which I kind of always do. But then there's some games, you know, where you can enjoy it and laugh and kind of have those fun and lighthearted moments on the court as well. For me, I'm an energy person. I feel like I'm a dog. I'm going to outwork anyone that you put in front of me. And I'm going to do my very best every day. And I think that my teammates realize that. They can expect that from me every single day, just that consistency. And, you know, vice versa. When I see other people bringing that, and maybe I'm lacking that day, I'm going to raise my hand and the level of energy.
On the dribble. Maneuvers right. Take it all the way. Finger all the way for Sophie.
She's a dog, she said.
I think they were one of the best in the entire league, if not the best. So just kind of be a part of that and for them to kind of be on my side now. I'm super stoked. I'm excited to, you know, get the fans involved. But then just being here, just being back in the Midwest and the vibes that it brings and the really good people that are here. I'm just really happy. I'm really excited to finally play here, have that fever across my chest and have them on my side and my chest against me, that's for sure.
Pick and roll with Johnson. Shuffle pass. Cunningham, left side three. Everything.
The sky's the limit. I think everyone knows it. We definitely have a target on our backs. But for me, we know where we want to be at the end of the season, but it's day by day. We got to stack the days. We got to get 1% better because I think a lot of people have
JC and Lexi are in your personal All-NBA first team? You can't be serious. JC? She plays good defense, but she's not a first-team player.
Which was plus 32 on the floor, and tonight she's already grabbed 5 rebounds. This Fever team is certainly going to need her defensive energy in that second half if they want to hang on and take it down the sun. 47-39, the halftime score here in Indianapolis.
It wasn't the latest.
late night shooting loss.
Yeah, the Dream's a good team.
Or the tournament trips.
I think they're 7-3.
That's not what got me here. It was them. The love they showed me. It's hard to give it back and pass it on, you know? Because it's the assists you don't see on the highlight reels that make all the difference.
No, they're 8-3. Yeah, they're in third place.
Domino's new Parmesan stuffed crust pizza tastes like never before. Because Domino's has never had stuffed crust before. Seriously. But we do now. So get any medium 2-topping Parmesan stuffed crust pizza for $10.99 when you mix and match.
Well, they got a good roster.
When you're with Amex Platinum, you can go the distance for what you love.
Really? Jonquil Jones is playing but hasn't scored? Wow.
That's the powerful backing of American
Let me look at that.
The history of winning
Oops.
started with the 65 games, losing steam, losing sweat. The solution, a drink that hydrates better than water.
Jonquil Jones, yeah, she's played 13 minutes, hasn't scored, but she does have 5 rebounds and 2 assists. So
Ooh, these are fire.
Sabrina Askew has 20 at halftime. She's on fire.
Upset stomach? Ibirogast. Indigestion? Ibirogast. Bloating? Ibirogast. Thanks to a unique combination of herbs, Ibirogast helps relieve 6 digestive symptoms to help you feel better. 6 digestive symptoms, the power of nature. Ibirogast.
With 5 times more paid teams on average, LinkedIn Premium should get more clients and more growth. Think big, small business. Think big.
Yeah, Paupau's playing better in the NBA than she played in college last year. She's 4 for 5 from threes. Let me just see what she's shooting for the year, because shooting 45.5% from threes, which is more like what she shot her junior year in college. Her senior year, she didn't shoot well.
Game number 11 of a 44-game season. We are at the quarter pole. Indiana has an 8-point lead over the Connecticut Sun. Fever looking for win number 6 here on the season. And we welcome you back inside Gamers Fieldhouse alongside Debbie Antonelli. I'm Pat Boylan. We started our show talking about Caitlin Clark, and here we are at halftime talking more about Caitlin Clark. Why not, right?
The Mystics in the Sky just started. So did Valkyries and Wings. And the Aces and the Lynx. They all started at 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock games. Sorry.
Doesn't matter what you do defensively on that ball screen. She has the maturity, patience, and the IQ. And then defensively, she's got a couple of steals. I mean, she's really stuffing the stat sheet tonight and making the game easier for her teammates.
And for Connecticut, Tina Charles, well, she's just doing what she's done for 14 years in this league, but so impressive to be converting at this level here at age 36.
Well, she's made a lot of free throws. She demands a double, but her deep catches in their offense make it tough for you to win a double. She can make a counter. She's got 16 points in the first half. She's been fantastic.
Here's a look at our halftime stats. They're presented by Indiana Members Credit Union, the Fever, who allow opponents to shoot just 27% from the three-point line. That's best in the league. And Connecticut just 1 of 10 from out there. Now the Sun have it 5 more free throws, but the Fever doing a good job of blocking up the perimeter. A look from the Canal here downtown Indianapolis. The Fever up by 8 at halftime.
Jack, I'm telling you, DraftKings is the best place to bet player props.
They got it all. First buckets, points, projections.
You know what reminds me of? My favorite big from back in the day. Really? Yeah. Used to dominate the paint, scored at will.
And that dog.
Lisa, the dominant Leslie. I was just talking about you. Come on, Lisa, we got next. You gonna sit on the bench. She's here.
New customers turn $5 into $300 if your WNBA bet wins. Pay bonus bets. The crown is yours.
Been working on my free throws.
At AT&T, we confidently guarantee our network. Oh, no. What we can't guarantee, you and your teammates being too connected.
What up, Chef?
Double or no.
I texted you guys. I was going to. Why would I? We got first this morning. I thought you said you were on.
Connection means something. That's why with AT&T, we'll proactively make it right with a credit for a full day of service if there is a network connection. That's the AT&T guarantee.
People, they're good for squad goals and squad. People are good for these guys' cheers and these guys' cheers. Jim Beam, best enjoy together. Official spirit of U.S. Soccer.
Lesson number 3. They won't throw your fit out there until you feel it in here.
Look at my snack.
Why do you cheese it?
Should we sell the car and get something bigger?
Yeah, we can do both on cars.com.
But what if it's points? What if it's control points?
Are you freaking out?
I got this.
Cars.com. Where to next?
With new mixing bowl mashup plus dipped strawberry cheesecake, the new DQ Summer Blizzard menu calls for a
Trade proposal.
Teal.
try the new DQ Summer Blizzard menu because nothing says summer like baseball and blizzard treats.
To find your way, sometimes you have to pave it yourself. Forge your own path through grit and determination. Introducing the latest additions of the Trail Sport lineup, the 2026 CRV Trail Sport Hybrid, the most capable CRV we've ever dreamed of.
We are set for the third quarter of action. Gingrich Fieldhouse in downtown Indianapolis. A beautiful summer early evening. Moments ago, Kelsey Casper was with Green Christmas Bank.
Well, Korean, unlike the last time you faced this team, they brought the intensity defensively. How did you feel like your offense adjusted in that first half?
I think we're being a lot more patient. Our space is really good. We got to get those easy ones that we're getting good looks in the rim. Just we never capitalize on that, but they're a great team. They play hard, so we just want to capitalize on when we get those moments to play.
The last few games, you have struggled coming out of the locker room. You built a lead here. What was the message to this team coming into halftime?
I think it's part of our growth, right? As the season goes on, we want to get better in certain areas. So third quarter games, is this a new game for us now? So we got to be able to deal with this.
Let's see if they can come out in the third quarter. No, I don't have asthma. I just had a runny nose. I have allergies, though.
Well, you're Caitlin Clark talking about wanting to play better defense. The Fever, though, did hold Connecticut under 40% from the field. Those 39 points in the first half, right at Indiana's average. They're allowing per game, 78 points per game defensively. And this is a Fever defense that ranks second in the WNBA coming into tonight. 71 refers to it as a work in progress, and as a coach, you certainly have to view it that way. But Fever off to a really good start on that end of the floor. But misses on the floater on her first look. Ping pongs around, and will stay here with Indiana.
I remember Caitlin added that to her game last year after the Olympic break. And she had a good look. She got to the nail.
So Clark combined for 24 in the first half. Austin still trying to get going here. Oh, the shot clock down to 5. Villanova steps out. All feeds inside. If Austin get it off in time, they'll say it's a shot clock violation.
J.C. Sheldon playing Caitlin Clark in a no-catch situation, and there are times when Caitlin needs the space and let the Fever play 4-on-4. There's other times she's got to cut without the ball because she can drag some help.
Green Acres over just 4 points in the first half. She is Connecticut's leading scorer at 18 per game. There's Bigbury on a backdoor cut.
Nice pass.
Slant pattern, quarterback to wide receiver, and that's a beautiful timing play by Connecticut.
The Sun had bridged the second and third quarter with a 6-0 run. They've cut Indiana's 12-point lead in half. Ball just falling out of bounds. Whips it to Mitchell.
You know, Connecticut was late getting out of the locker room just before tip. So I'm sure that they're going to come out and play with incredible focus right here.
Avery now 0-5 from the three-point line. His whole spots up and knocks down the three.
Lexi Hall. It's on fire.
Shooting 55.6% outside the arc.
Is going up here tonight. She's hit 2 of the 3 shots. He turns the corner. Deep dial at the rim. It's Boston, but it found its way right to Nelson Adona. Pushes in. Maybe Nelson Adona now with 8 points. She's starting regularly for the first time in her career. Extra pass. Mitchell is wide open. X flashes on the three.
Smiley in Boston is the best passing big in the game right now. What a read.
That was Boston's 5th assist here up tonight. She's averaging 4 per game as Charles steps back and can't connect. It's been easily her best year, 3rd year in the WNBA in terms of setting up her teammates. Behind the back feed inside, 2 more for help. Breaks her a 6-0 run, a 6-point run of their own. Indiana's gone back up 12 here in
All right. The line's 15.5.
Majestic creatures they are, with 24/7 protection when you bundle with your home and auto. Easy boy, easy.
You have to stay calm.
I am calm.
The DQ Sauced and Tossed Chicken Strip Basket comes in your choice of honey barbecue or new buffalo, layered with flavor from the top, bottom, and everywhere in between. Delicious from every angle. That's the Sauced and Tossed Chicken Strip Basket. Get yours now only at DQ.
For being hunted by a robot named Amelia.
What's DQ?
Miss me?
Megan.
No, who came out to play? There's only room for one children last year.
Rated PG-13, only in theaters June 27.
Many people told us they'd had stuffed crust pizza from Domino's before. Only Domino's has never had stuffed crust before.
Where's the pizza?
Until now. Introducing Domino's new and first ever stuffed crust pizza.
Stuffed crust
Try
pizza.
one for the first time tonight.
The history of winning started.
Domino's.
65 games, losing steam, losing sweat. The solution?
There's a Domino's not far from me. About
Change the game forever.
Naturally, we call that
like 6 blocks away, 7 blocks away.
You know you feel different? Your name was Schumacher.
Their pizza used to be awful. Their crust was like cardboard, and it didn't have much flavor. But they've improved over the last 10, 15 years. They really improved it. They got a new CEO who really turned things around.
Listen to me. Hot dog diet got me shredded.
It's time we listen to science. One A Day is formulated with key nutrients to support whole body health. One A Day, science that matters.
I'm a leader by pushing my teammates to be the best that they can be.
I am a leader because I set a strong example.
I'm a leader by being responsible.
I stand up for myself and others. I'm confident. I'm caring.
We want girls to lead their own way. That's why the NBA and WNBA are proud to support Leading Girls, a program that teaches girls to reject stereotypes and embrace their leadership superpowers. This is what leadership looks like. Fever up by 12 here in the third quarter. Now watch this action right here. Here's the screen, and then it looks like it's going to be get action. Kelsey Mitchell's in the corner. This dive right here by Howard is going to occupy this defender. Now watch how well they execute this. You get Hartley, who's got Mitchell, who takes the roll in the dive, the dive by Howard. At least Mitchell wide open. It's because the Fever do such a good job of executing. But
7 blocks from me.
Get action. Gets the numbers on the backside and a wide open look.
Indiana hits their 6-3 here of the night as Hartley can't get to a triple of her own. Connecticut now just 1 of 12 from out there. Trying to get organized here. The shot clock down to 4. Hartley bounce past Charles. Nelson Agoda tracks it down and tosses it off the ball, so it'll stay here with Connecticut. Hartley just gets it in time, finds Charles. Inside, Nelson Agoda, oh, hesitation.
Yep, exactly. It's because a little stunt over there by Howard defensively at Nelson Agoda made her hesitate because that was a wide open kick. That's an example right there of how good Aaliyah Boston is because she's terrific at making that decision.
Mitchell pulls it back. That's a deep 2. Howard got hands in there. They got to get her with the foul, and if so, it would be her 4th. Lexi Hall instead. Waver will take that. It's the 2nd on hold. Straight away. Hartley too strong, and the lid stays on from the perimeter for Connecticut here tonight. Felt like she was fouled there by Sheldon.
She probably was.
Takes matters into her own hands, hustles inside, can't finish, gets her own offensive rebound, kick into the corner. Mitchell can't connect. Felt like she was fouled there by straight away. Hartley too strong, and the lid stays on from the perimeter for Connecticut here tonight.
So, how's that not a foul?
Dangerous pass and found his way to Mabry. And Charles keep position with that left-handed football ball. Pick up the pace. Third is WNBA coming into tonight. Boston, Cole, extra pass. Mitchell can't connect. Howard on the offensive rebound, and Baker just took it away.
How do these women allow the ball get taken away from them so often underneath the basket?
12 here. 3-minute drops. Charles charging hard, too strong. Offensive rebound, put back won't go. There's a whistle.
Caitlin Clark is involved with the foul. She immediately saying there's no foul there. I wanted Stephanie White and her staff to take a look at it.
So it's just the second on Clark, and then perhaps going into the reasoning there for Stephanie White to that the challenge. She's got to be so careful as a coach. There are probably so many plays throughout a game that you think. So it's just the second on Clark, and then perhaps going. Mabry is going to get ejected. So we're going to go look at it.
And is that displacement? I think it is.
Oh, Mabry's going to get ejected. If the officials saw that, Mabry is going to get ejected.
So we're going to go look at it. Look at Mabry. She had a scar on one side, scratch on one side of the face, a scratch on the other side. It's not what they had today. I asked her about it. She's always in the mix. There's a lot of contact here. was a scrape across the face. That's what Clark didn't like. The Mabry came in with a bump.
Mabry's days almost assuredly going to be done.
What the hell?
Both teams have done a nice job of trying to de-escalate.
Well, the call should have been made earlier. There was clearly a foul there.
Mabry was a pig last year when she hacked the crap out of Caitlin Clark right in the head for no reason.
That's contact to the face as well. It'd be interesting to know if they're going to look at that first one for a flagrant foul. There was an impact, but there wasn't one double follow through, but there was a direct hit to the eye of Clark. And it was a totally unnecessary body bump by Marina Mabry as the two sides had seemingly got it under control and separated to their ends. So a lot to look at here for the officials. Here's the on vote.
Scrape across the face.
And then she bumped her again. Sheldon should have got a technical too. Sheldon and Mabry should both be thrown out. But they won't do it. They're fucking wimps here. I'd throw them both out. No, she bumped her after that. No, but then she bumped her again after that, like right there. Why did Mabry hit Clark? Clark didn't do anything. She got fouled and then she got bumped. God.
I get that there's a whole lot more that has gone into this. This is a game. This is, 6 years of those two going back and forth.
I mean, they're two competitors.
F competitors. She bumped Clark after she hit her in the head. She bumped Clark for no reason. Clark didn't do anything at all. And then Mabry just dropped her to the ground. You've got to throw these people out.
This has been a lengthy review process. Numerous different aspects and areas to look at on the floor. I think the only thing that's clear cut to me is what's going to happen with Marina Mabry. What do they view on that secondary contact there with Clark and Sheldon? And is there anything to upgrade on the initial foul on Clark?
Give him a flagrant one and a throw out.
Where's the egg timer?
I'm on my fourth turn.
How can Mabry just come and throw somebody down like that for no reason?
If the Fever win and the Liberty win, then the Fever will represent the East in the Commissioner's Cup Championship. If Atlanta wins in New York, then it'll be Atlanta who advances. Right now, the Dream have a 64-51 lead over the Liberty. That was a game with John Quill Jones. The lead, I saw she was probable to return here today. And Jones has played 18 minutes, although has just 5 points.
You know, they got to adjudicate the push between Sheldon and Clark as well. Those could be technical fouls plus the Mabry. So I think there's more than just Mabry here.
Yeah.
Where's Scott Forster when you need him? He'd make a decision right away. NBA ref.
Let's see if they agree they feel it escalated too.
Well, an Necessary and excessive is the verbiage in the rulebook for F2, flagrant 2. That is the ejection.
So here's the foul right here. Whistle's blowing, dead ball. Little altercation here, which we had in the first half, which was not called a technical, and then Mabry comes in.
I mean, to me, if you are writing the rulebook and looking for examples to cite, that is fine.
Whistle's blowing, dead ball. Little altercation here, which we had in the first half, which was not called a technical, and then Mabry comes in.
I mean, to me, if you are writing the rulebook and looking for examples to
You got to start throwing these women out. If Caitlin Clark had done that, she'd be thrown out of the league and suspended.
you can sort of hear here, there's technicals and flagrants coming. Unfortunately, the Sheldon foul is a flagrant. Mark has a technical. Mabry has a technical. Charles has a technical.
Clark has a technical?
Wow, is Mabry going to sting in this game? That's hard to believe. What do you have to do to get a chance?
Clark had a technical?
And scooting over and knocking the player to the ground in a dead ball situation doesn't get you technical. It's a take to get ejected.
As much as I love Marina Mabry as a player, I think that was a really poor decision by her. I do think that warrants ejection. But you're right, that's a clear definition of it. Uncalled for, unnecessary, excessive, unsafe.
I don't know how you can look at that and say what Caitlin Clark and J.C. Sheldon did after the fact is anywhere near equal to anything Marina Mabry did. That was in a completely different class of foul. So Clark is shooting. Those are the flagrants. This is where we could use the microphone. We don't have the ability to talk to us. That was the flagrants, and then I mixed the difference between the technicals.
Right, because there was some cancellation out on the first two technicals, and then
Did Clark get a technical?
So Clark 3 for 3 from the line. Now Rashid Mezion wants in on this.
Now who's tougher here, mentally and physically?
Wilson turns it over. Mabry comes up.
What the hell was that? I hate this league. There's no point in contention. It's stupid. This is why the league is so physical, because they don't do anything. This will piss Clark off. If Clark had done that, she'd be thrown out.
Most quickly. There would also been a 10-minute break. Hole just splits a double team inside. Howard making the finishing.
Illegal screen on Nelson Adota.
This is why I don't want to cover this league anymore. How do you just bump somebody down and get an off-the-call foul? That's another flagrant one. At the very least, she should have got a flagrant one for that. Kennedy Carter got an off-the-ball flagrant one. So apparently you can get a flagrant one for an off-the-ball play. Just did.
Sharpen her edge a little bit. That's the kind of player she is. That's who she's been.
She just dropped the ball, though.
She's going to consider all this booing a sign of respect, to be honest with you. And she should be in the game.
Howard is fouled.
That's the way I think Marina Baker's going to look at it. She's going to look at it as, oh, they're booing me for a sign of respect. That's what most competitors look at it as.
So Boston and Clark will take a likely brief rest here as Indiana, in all of this, has opened up their largest lead of the game. A moving screen called on Dantas.
Consistency. I was going to say it because everyone that's watching, the coaches that are paying attention are thinking, we just want consistency out of this.
Your game must be ahead of mine. I got a 15-point lead.
5+ minutes without hitting a shot. Charles trying to change that. Kick into the corner. Allen can't connect. That drop continues. Faber able to force it into the corner. Here is Rivers. Oh, and she missed the shooter's touch.
She likes shooting in this building. That's 4 of her 6 threes on the season are against Indiana.
Again, displaced getting a foul on Connecticut.
In the locker room with Coach Mezion, he talked about toughness, physical and mental toughness. Notice how he left all 3 players that were involved in that play on the court. Very interesting, talking about toughness. What's those minutes on the court to win?
Imagine if Caitlin Clark had done that bump to Asia Wilson. She'd be thrown out of the game and suspended for the next one.
Continues her tough evening. 2 of 9 from the floor, 0 of 6 from 3. Avery 26 the last time she was here. And the 2-point win for Connecticut. Everything but the finish. Mitchell didn't see it. Charles hands hitting the ground from mid-range. It's inside. Looking for Howard with Rivers pinned, and Rivers is going to be called for the foul. That's the second in the final 2 minutes, and it'll send Howard to the line.
Hi, Rebecca.
Howard with 14 points and 12 rebounds here tonight. She's done that in 20 minutes. But with a little early foul trouble.
I knew they weren't going to throw Mabry out.
Midwest Carpenters. Rolls in. How about this night for Indiana from the line? Just went the doctor ordered 12 and 12.
They are last in the league in free throw percentage.
Charles firing and hitting.
Just so what a beautiful counter.
Charles now has 20. Making her 17 shots to get there. Less efficient there. So runs into a wall. So the shot clock down to 10. Lob inside. Dobbs catches and another foul.
Newt Rockney.
Connecticut will have a 2-for-1 opportunity here. I'm a little surprised Coach Mezion's not putting Avery back in the game for that opportunity. Stephanie White obviously keeping Caitlin Clark out. Give her another rest before the start of the fourth.
Well, there's both these teams now 14 of 14 from the line. The team has missed. Pulls up over Howard, difficult shots. 5 seconds between shot clock and game clock. We're going for that 2-for-1 there. And she'll be 10. We're just running a little bit of that clock. Stepping back on Rivers, clearing some space and knocking it down.
Rejects the screen and creates enough space off the bounce. That's called dribbling with a purpose.
Final 3 seconds. Peters doesn't see the clock. And Connecticut won't get the shot off. Oh, was there a foul?
I think there's a foul on Colson before the buzzer. They're going to have to look at it and see if the foul was committed before the buzzer went off. The end of the quarter.
I'll be looking here, as Debbie just said, if the contact happened before zero's on the clock.
No, they're not playing fast. Playing mediocre. Medium tempo.
Clock, light, horn. Clock first. Light on the backboard.
Oh. I mean, maybe at point 1.
It's close.
And again, they can deem where the foul happens here by looking at the replay. It doesn't have to be when the official's arm goes up.
Yes, it's when you see it before you blow the whistle. So there is a split second there.
Yeah, they're not running.
And all those flagrants and technicals. Say it's after expiration of time. So that'll take us through 3. The Fever, well, the largest lead of the night. They're up by 16.
Oh.
Loads of them, truckloads of traditionals, boatloads of foam.
These refs are idiots.
Because it's all you can eat, and I don't have to stop.
Friday is coming to like 8 to 11. Great deals or whatever. Get into that. What's the move? There you go, Amy.
What you looking at, babe?
Cars on cars.com.
What's wrong with this one?
I just got promoted, so I'm looking for something more. Ciao.
Ciao.
2 million cars, 2 million possibilities. Cars.com. Where to next?
The DQ Sauced and Tossed Chicken Strip Basket comes in your choice of honey barbecue or new buffalo. Layered with flavor from the top, bottom, and everywhere in between. Delicious from every angle. That's the Sauced and Tossed Chicken Strip Basket. Get yours now only at DQ.
Warning. The following footage contains dominance. Scoring dominance. Defensive dominance. And dominance so dominant, the Oxford English Dictionary should update the definition of dominance to Asia Wilson. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome to the W.
Taco Bell's new crispy chicken tacos and burritos might make us a chicken place. Then again, tortilla chip coating does give taco place. Then again, our sauces are perfect for chicken. So I guess for a taco place, there's also a chicken place. There's also a taco place.
I am Polestar 3. I am pure electric performance. From the straightaways to the hairpin turns, I am designed to be driven. The drive of tomorrow. I am Polestar 3. Enjoy tariff-free pricing on Polestar 3 now through June 30th.
It has been physical. It has been intense. Both games between Indiana and Connecticut are. You can do this and stay in the game, at least tonight, at least in this arena. As we take a look at our game reset, brought to you by 988. And Indiana's defense, really from top to bottom, has been impressive here tonight. Connecticut shooting 36% from the field, 2 of 17 from the three-point line, and out rebounding in defense. The Fever a plus 10 there. There's a 16-point lead here for Indiana as we start the fourth quarter of play. Beautiful back pass inside. That's Rivers to Brown.
Who was on Ron?
Kelsey Mitchell today, after shoot-around, she said one of the things they've been working on in practice is guarding your yard, doing a better job of containing the ball. I think they have done that for the most part here tonight.
An offensive foul on Indiana on their first offensive possession. And now Rasheed Mezion has opened up the fourth quarter.
Clark still on the bench.
Starter on the floor. Ariana Tiabi is also on the floor for her first minutes. Quickness of Rivers sticks with it and lays it in. They'll say she knocked it away. That's why there was no traveling call. Just shows you flashes. Technical whistle either direction. Shot clock down to 12. Dante straight away. He's got the three. Dantes has all 9 of Indiana's points off the bench here tonight. Done that in 11 minutes. Frustrated. Sophie Cunningham. Austin with feet there. Not backing away.
The ref took Mabry out for a while. I mean, at the ref, the coach.
And that's the way Connecticut wants it. I mean, they're a team that is last in the league in points per game and 71 points a game. They need a slower pace.
Has played big minutes off the bench. Team here this evening. Again, no starters on the floor for the Connecticut Sun here early in the fourth. Mitchell shifting Dantes.
Sanaya Rivers has incredible upside as a player in this league. As she hits the mid-range jumper, been watching that kid for a long time. She's going to be a great pro in this league for a long time.
He is really impressive. The Fever got a full dose of that on May 30th. He had 3 threes and 12 points. A big part of Connecticut's win here.
Sanaya Rivers is not normally a good offensive player. At least she wasn't in college. I don't know how she'll play in the pros. She didn't have much of a jump shot. She's a very good defender, though. Very quick and athletic. How they miss all these layups?
Fever have lost their 3 here in the fourth.
Let's get Clark back in there. I don't care whether Mabry extended her arm or not. She bumped Clayton Clark to the ground in a non-basketball play. Get the F out of the game. Even the league, when Kennedy Carter put Clark to the ground, upgraded to a flagrant 1. So how is that not a flagrant 1? All she got was a technical.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like getting Bateman when you need the protection of family.
I hate this league.
Just one, so long. Dermatologist. That's why you need the real deal. Go home, Bateman. Do a podcast or something. That's hurtful. So don't settle for just any insurance from their State Farm.
Our enamel, clinical enamel strain, can help us to keep our enamel for a lifetime. It's backed by science. It is clinically proven to strengthen our teeth. I would recommend this toothpaste to everybody. It's really an amazing product.
Lesson number 3. They won't throw your fit out there until you feel it in here. Thank you, buddy.
Look at my snack. Why do you cheese it?
Always dry scoop before you run.
Listen to me. A hot dog diet got me shredded.
It's time you listen to science. One a day is formulated with key nutrients to support whole body health. One a day. Science that matters.
Are you looking at 4x4s on cars.com again?
I honestly don't know what you're talking about.
I was thinking of something more sophisticated. Fine. Keep the beard.
Cars.com. Where to next?
This copyrighted telecast of WNBA Enterprises may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise used in any form without the express written consent of WNBA Enterprises.
Well, the month of June is typically hers. That's been the case again so far here in 2025. This show is 17 points here tonight. She's gotten it done inside the arc. This is her low 3. So, getting 7 shots. 2-point range. She is the subject of our in the hour scoring the word feature.
What's interesting is she hasn't been in the free throw line.
How did Clark get a technical?
In the paint and around the rim.
Clark didn't do anything. I can't believe they gave Clark a technical. That's her second technical of the year. This league loves to give Clark technicals for the littlest things. The Fever need to protest her technical.
Way downtown. We go just a little short. River steps back. Too strong on 3. Clark, a looking flash run to the floor. Just couldn't handle it. Able to get it to Hall. Save the possession. Boston is wide open. That's Watches over 3.
Boston for 3. Yeah.
Second of her season, 13th of her career. inside. Now he runs into traffic, and Boston is called for the foul.
And when you push the ball all the way to the baseline, you flatten out the defense, and that leaves Aaliyah Boston wide open to walk into a triple. Maybe she ought to be shooting a few more of those in a pick and pop game, because she certainly looked pretty good shooting that way.
She's only taken 5 this year, but she's hit 2 of them.
The first game of the season.
Watching that New York and Atlanta game, which has gotten interesting, Kelsey Casper.
Yeah, we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, in order to favor the clinch a spot in the Commissioner's Cup Championship, they would not only need a win, but also a Liberty win over the Dream, and it's a close one. Under 4 to go in the fourth quarter, tied 76-76. Sabrina Ionescu leads all scorers with 31 points. Brianna Stewart with 19.
Indiana with a real shot here at winning the Commissioner's Cup East Conference. They would take on Minnesota. If Minnesota wins or Seattle loses tonight, it would be Seattle.
Is Sabrina Ionescu in the MVP conversation yet? Because I think she should be. She's been terrific. Now, why is that backcourt? She did not have possession before the ball came into the backcourt.
Jaylen Brown, who's had a nice evening, can't add to it there. We've seen a double team and do it right to Howard.
Thank you.
Weaving through traffic and gets the roll. Timeout Connecticut. We have a 15, 14.
Sophie's giving like a, JC a little.
He didn't have a business degree. He didn't even go to college. He was just a kid with an unrealistic dream. So in other words, he had everything he could possibly ever need.
Lesson number 23.
My money's on Cunningham too.
My name is Shua.
Ooh, these are fire. Now let's have the whole ball.
You got that much cheddar?
I'm made with cheddar. Why need it cheesy?
Looks like we've told people Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. For the last time.
Shallow. Only pay for what you need. Liberty, 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 liberty.
The history of winning started with the 65 games using steam.
I can't believe they gave Clark a technical. I hate this league.
That hydrates better than water. It changed the game forever.
Naturally, we called our stuff Gatorade.
There it is. Yeah. Wish it were easy to find the games you love. Come on. Space Z. Okay. 62 is happening. Okay. Hard. YouTube TV has your favorite sports and live TV in one app, so you can easily watch the games you want. Jason, you still here? Sorry, Rick. West Coast games. Look.
So we talked about Keith Porter, one of the assistant coaches for Stephanie White, and his responsibility for with the practice guys. Emerson, Eddie, Rob, Noah, Jonah, Ryan, not this Pat, and JT. And we said they don't have a name yet. They need a name. So during the course of the broadcast, Pat, between the two of us, we collected a couple of different options. How about 98 degrees?
That's good.
You like the doctor? When you have a fever, who do you go?
Yeah, you had to explain that to me once you did. I very much.
You got it, right?
Yeah.
The fever, fury, the chill, and then the pilot lights. It's a funny, I don't know, I kind of like the 98 degrees, and I like the doctor too.
I think I was leaning on 98
I
degrees.
think I like that one. But there's still time. We're not making a decision. Keith is going to make it, so keep sending your ideas for what you think the practice guys should be called.
Now, we have not closed the collection box.
I'm sure Coach Porter will welcome all your thoughts.
That's a job that for a long time Toli Bevilacqua was part of as well. She's next to him on that bench working with the practice crew. Former Fever greats. That story has been Indiana's defense. Connecticut 40% from the field.
Practice guys are invaluable. They have incredible responsibility for a lot of the prep, running what the other team runs. And those guys today were outstanding and shoot around this morning. They were locked in with great focus.
Sheldon off the mark on a three. Connecticut now 3 of 20 from the three-point line. That's 15%. Indiana has done a nice job keeping Connecticut here at an arm's length. Time on. Connecticut got as close as 6 in the second half. Cunningham is caught there by Sheldon.
Sophie's trying to get in JC Sheldon's head, and she's working.
Oh, touch pass. Cunningham wide open. Oh, she gets the shooter's touch. A couple times off the rim, a kiss off the backboard. And Sophie Cunningham has her first three of the night. This is Indiana's largest lead.
Oh.
Sheldon from Brown backdoor. Ainsley's out short and draws the foul. Well, people really liked Jaylen Brown when they had her. It was a tough decision. Caitlin Timpson ultimately earned that last roster spot, but Brown has spent her season last year in Dallas and has hoped to find a home here in Connecticut. And tonight, 12 points on 5 of 7 shooting. Now has 13. And after Tina Charles, she has
Clark's a plus 31. Lexi Hall's a plus 30.
The good news is, come on, Dad, don't miss many games.
She keeps reaching out and putting her hand on her. That's called hand checking. That's illegal.
She's right. It can't be 98 degrees. She just texts me. She never texts me during the game.
all right. Here's
Clark
Clark.
for 3.
Chills, though. That was chilling.
Up by 20. Even the Fever can't blow this lead.
It's there by Clark. Knocks it into the corner. Nelson Adota has to fire. Off balance, it won't fall.
Good D, better offense.
This timeout is presented by Goodwill. How good is made.
I'm sure about what? Oh, well, they can blow the lead? Yeah, they won't blow this lead. Connecticut's not a good enough team. You know, New York or something like that, they could blow the lead against New York, but
She has been outstanding in back-to-back games. You know she's going left for that step back. A couple of steals in the first half. Weaving her way through traffic to the mid-range. Always making the defense wrong.
Weaver sorely missed her. All the verge of moving back over 500 with a win here tonight. By the way, New York has gone up by 2 in 10 seconds left in that one. These two results hold. Fever will win the East, the Commissioner's Cup. Nathan again stepped on the sideline.
Come on, Cunningham. Step on the sideline. They're playing Thursday night, so she's in Clark's taking Clark out.
Charles and getting Nelson Adoda going. That's one of their advantages every night when you've got Tia Charles inside.
Working the baseline, kick back out. Dantas is wide open and connects.
Another three by Dantas.
Great night here for Ramirez Dantas, her new season high of 12 points.
17 threes against New York, 11 threes here tonight.
Nelson Adoda off the miss. And bank shot, Stephanie White. Cooper taking timeout. And up by 19. 8-4-3. Connecticut. We'll be back in 30 seconds for Indianapolis.
An exciting blowout because they weren't playing a very good team. And they didn't run enough, too.
Here's Towns, logged out shooting the three, takes it inside. 62 to Doncic. Rick the Mountain, Luke the Mountain, on display in the Buffalo.
Back here from Cambridge Fieldhouse, where the Fever are putting the final touches here on their 6th win of the season. Mark Mitchell in the backcourt have been strong, 37 points between them. But Natasha Howard really set the tone here tonight in what is her 50th career double-double, 16 points and 12 rebounds, and I thought she's been especially effective on the defensive end here tonight.
And I think she's done a good job on the glass. I mean, she got a couple of offensive rebounds and she putbacks. I think she's such an instinctive player, finding ways to get her actively involved. Special single side action stuff where she's really good. She's an excellent cutter. Stephanie White loves her activity off the ball.
Stephanie White calling that timeout to get some of the bench players in. Michaela Simpson is playing in her 6th game of her WNBA career.
7 offensive rebounds for Howard.
That's away. City of the rescue shot knocked down to one. Really difficult shot there by Dantas. Now Brianna Turner will check in for Lexi Hall. So all 5 starters are out.
Lexi Hall with the best plus-minus on the team. So many things that don't show up in the stat sheet is what makes Lexi Hall such a valuable part of what Indiana does.
A really strong defensive effort for her. Avery was 2 of 9 here tonight. Nelson Adoda spins and finishes. It's really just been a consistent effort here for Indiana in the second half. No major Connecticut runs. Indiana with what's felt like a quiet 87-point night. Dantas shot fakes the three. Olsen will launch. Now it has to the ground. Cunningham puts it away. Bouncing into Dantas for Rivers in the field. A little sloppy there for Indiana.
Oh.
She's slowly in her position right there. That's a right ankle that's caused her trouble a couple different times already in the early season, including the last time she played Connecticut. She went down and cost her 3 games. She returned on Saturday just like Caitlin Clark did.
It was a nice pass by Colson. I actually liked it.
Wilson had it knocked away with hands by Allen, and Sheldon comes up with the steal. And here we got another great piece here. J.C. Sheldon was right after Sophie Cunningham.
See, this is what happened when you don't throw out Mabry in the first place.
It is totally their responsibility. That's a hard foul. That's a flagrant foul. And if they had taken care of the business earlier, we wouldn't be in this situation right now.
Same thing. See, that's what she's saying. The same thing I'm saying.
But you can't eject her because you didn't eject Mabry.
She played the ball, though.
It's a hard foul. You could say it's a play on the ball, but
I don't know. She just tied her up.
No question. Let's look it up.
no question.
2 yards above the shoulders. And again, intent is not part of this rule.
It's the security that are getting in to break it up, not the officials.
That's Andy Arnold down there. Does a terrific job on the facility side. Going to break up the action. New York, by the way, has won final.
Sorry. There should be no handshaking after this game. We both go to the locker room and that's it. Sorry, but no sportsmanship, we want sportsmanship, but not right now, not with the
I don't know. She made a play on the ball.
So New York has won, and it means
She wrapped her arms around, went down straight down to the ball.
starting a spot in the Commissioner's Cup championship game. 24-8 run in the second half. By the Liberty, they lost just once. Maybe just one more look.
Oh.
And you said it, Deb. I mean, this is
clearly an F1 on Sophie.
but this.
Oh, okay. At that angle, it looked like she played less of the ball and she grabbed her arm.
Been taken care of, correct? And it's important to note, you hear this all the time, it's asked by fans, well, she didn't mean to foul like that. Intent is not part of this rule. If you get your hands up.
No, at that angle, did she have her face?
Player up. It's about the action committed.
I'm exhausted
Me too.
with this game and the officiating. Players want consistency. Thankfully, nobody got hurt.
Talk to Sophie Cunningham, she'll say, I'm trying to wrap her up. And I do think that's what she was intending. But she got her hands up there. A deserved flagrant foul. But all of this is stemming from what we saw earlier. If you're just joining us, there was a moment in the third quarter. Clark got hit in the face. Sheldon and Clark got into it. And then Mabry came bulldozing her way in, knocked Clark to the floor. A moment that I'm sure you'll be seeing on all sorts of talk shows. And here is what really got this escalated. So that was called a flagrant. Those two were technicals. Charles got a technical. And then Mabry for what we thought should have been 2 technicals and ejection. It was called just one. You've seen. So that was called a flagrant. Those 2 were technicals. Charles got a technical. And then Mabry for what we thought should have been 2 technicals and ejection. It was called just one. J.C. Sheldon is no question.
How do you have an off-the-ball play where you bounce somebody into the ground and all you get is an off-the-ball technical? It's just... They didn't learn the lesson from Kennedy Carter when they upgraded to flagrant 1?
There's a lot to look at here. If this was just the flagrant, I think it would be a pretty quick in and out.
And these refs will not be criticized. They won't be...
I think it's involving these two and nothing else. I don't think Lindsay Allen's trying to escalate. I think she's de-escalating. And then you see security involved. And
So they'll be looking at not just whether that's flagrant, but if there's a technical on Allen, if there's a technical on Cunningham, if there's...
Well, there should be a technical on Allen. Allen attacked Cunningham.
Remember, Sheldon did get the one earlier now.
Yeah.
In a 17-point game with 46 seconds left. Not really going to make a big difference.
So I'm sitting here thinking we've played 1/4 of the season. We've got 3 quarters left. We've got a lot of competitive toughness in this league. And this is the area that needs to be cleaned up. The game has so many talented players, but you got to be able to play. There's certain things that aren't good for the game.
They're obviously not going to clean the league up. This is any better than last year.
The whole thing just needs to be cleaned up. And most importantly is the consistency of the whistle. Because the players are doing their job and they're getting better.
Sophie Cunningham, Kelsey Mitchell, and the Fever look on here. 46 seconds away. The game that we thought was going to be over by now.
They can't end the game, Rob. They have to technically finish the game, Rob. You've seen when it's a 30-point game and it's 2 seconds left, they have to inbound the ball and dribble it out until the clock is done.
Then Sheldon gets up. Who already has 1 technical. I think she's probably going to be ejected for the 2 technicals.
Perhaps Allen, Cunningham, maybe Dotson.
Yeah, no, I'm not involving any of them. I'm going with just the 2 players at this point in the game. Just going with Cunningham and Sheldon. I thought everyone else was in there trying to keep it from escalating to. I don't know, do you consider that a fight?
This is where it's hard to relay when there's so much because we don't get the mic. I wish the official got the chance to explain.
Sophie's kicked out.
It's apparently done.
She might need a paper and pencil to write all that down.
They kick Sophie out.
So they're going to eject both players.
Oh no, they won't eject anyone from the.
Sheldon with 2 technicals, Sophie with an ejection for fighting. You can consider Sheldon to be an airborne shooter. That might be the difference between what happened there and what happened with Mabry and Clark earlier.
So it is a flagrant 2 on Sophie Cunningham.
Flagrant 2?
Consider that, which is what the officials did.
I think it's going to be hard for a lot of people to watch this, though, and square that Cunningham is out of this game for that.
And Allen is
out of the game for that as well. I mean,
I thought she was trying to de-escalate personally, but
No, she didn't de-escalate. She attacked Cunningham, but she should just get a technical. I don't think Allen should have been thrown out. She should have got a technical. She didn't throw a punch. No, Allen should just get a technical. She shouldn't be thrown out though.
At this point, we just need to get through these final 46 seconds here. This is the first of 2 technical free throws.
Allen got thrown out. She did less than Mabry. Mabry wasn't ejected. Mabry didn't get ejected, right? She's still here. Why would Mabry get ejected? She wasn't ejected earlier. This league's a joke. Engelbert won't take any action. She should discipline the refs for not throwing. For not throwing out Mabry. But that's her own fault when she only gave Kennedy Carter a flagrant 1 last year when it should have been a flagrant 2. I can't tell you how much I hate this league.
Players on July 1st are going to get a chance to split a $500,000 pot. Coinbase has also added.
She did say something to the refs. She was objecting to the refs about Mabry not being thrown out afterwards. I saw her object to it. I don't know if she was objecting to Caitlin Clark's technical or if she was objecting to that. But she did give the refs a hard time with her decision. They won by 17. The line was originally 18 and a half. It went down to 15 and a half. So they covered the line.
16 and 12 double-double. And then the nearest nonsense with 13 points off the bench. The sweeper defense, which has been really, I think, one of the underrated stories of the season. It's going to get up to 40%. Let's check in with Kelsey Casper. She's with Natasha.
Natasha, that was obviously a very physical, gritty game. Despite everything that happens and was out of their control, how does this team stay the course and get the win?
We say level-headed. That's one thing about it. Like, we have to make sure we stay with it in situations like this, and that's what we did. And very good one.
Caitlin ended up with 20. She only played 29 minutes because they got to play Thursday night. She figures, all right, give her a rest. Only 6 assists, though. She shot well. I hate this league. I don't know if I might say. Did I say that yet tonight? Maybe should have been thrown out. Sorry. I won't. I refuse to watch anything but Caitlin Clark in this league. I think I watched a couple minutes of the finals last year, and that was it. Anything that could possibly twist around and say they're showing favoritism towards Clark, they avoid. Anything. To the point where it's very unfair. Good night. This is sickening. This league is sickening.
made with cheddar. That's why I needed cheese.
Maybe should have been thrown out. They won't set an example for the league. They screwed it up last year, and now they're still doing the same thing.
Only pay for what you need.
All right.
A history of winning started.
I got to go.
65 games.
This league annoys me. So, hey, thanks for joining us. Meaning Rob and I. Rob did join us for a while. All right. Everybody take care. I'll see you Thursday night. I'll try to take a nap first. Otherwise, I won't make it through the game.